Good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Friday to you all. How are you doing on this incredibly grey and grim and rainy Friday morning? Hope you're all doing brilliantly. First of all, I wanted to tell you a little bit about last week, about the TEDx on Friday. So went up to Huddersfield and I was feeling fine, and when I got into the room and I saw the stage with all the TEDx logo and everything, you know that feeling in the pit of your stomach where you're like, wow, I'm really going to do this. I was on second to last, so there were 19 speakers, I believe, in all. So I was on second to last, which actually was quite a good thing because I got to watch all the other amazing speakers and calm my nerves a little bit for my slot that was second to last. Actually, by the time I got on, I was feeling great, and I absolutely loved it. The adrenaline is amazing. I'm a very experienced presenter, and I run many workshops. But somehow public speaking felt to me like a bit of a level up. It was almost like a performance art. So it was it was absolutely amazing to be able to share what I wanted to share with the audience. A great audience really got involved with all the different speakers. So what I spoke about was how to build a business that works for you, and I shared 3 simple steps in terms of how you can do that. Step 1, get really clear about what you're good at. Step 2, stop doing everything yourself. And step 3, find the right people around you to make you successful. And I went into how you can do that in your business. As I say, it went really well. I really enjoyed it. Now we're just waiting for the video to be submitted through to TEDx. TEDx then take a while to review it to make sure that I didn't say anything inappropriate or that in all ways I adhered to their guidelines. So we've been told about 3 or 4 weeks. Don't know if the Christmas break will kind of slow that down or not, but as soon as I have a link, I will obviously share it with you. I can't wait to see it. So thank you so much particularly to Amy and Karen and Roxy from this community who came in person to support me up in Huddersfield, and thank you so much to all of you that sent messages in this community but also more broadly on social media. It really does mean a huge amount to me that you were supporting me and thinking of me during that time. And as I say, I will share the link just as soon as I've got it. Morning Tim, thanks very much for joining. So today I wanted to talk to you about Ikigai, which is an amazing Japanese concept that really means the reason for being, the reason to get up in the morning. This is something that I've mentioned a few times before in this community, in my lives. We also talked about it a bit at the last community event that we had a couple of weeks ago that was really great. And on that subject, let me tell you, the next community event is going to be held on the 30th of January. I will post that in the community over the next few days, but if you want to already save the date in your diary. So that is a Thursday morning, Thursday the 30th of January. So look forward to seeing as many of you as possible there so you can meet other community members and come along. And we are going to talk about goals for 2020 and how to start the new decade off in the right way. So that will be the sort of the theme of the event, but more to come on that. Today, as I say, I want to really speak about how you get in touch with your purpose. This is a tool that I work with business owners who are just starting out at their journey, but also with people that are many years further down the line in terms of their businesses. It's something that's really important to come back to wherever you are in your business journey. So some people think that it's only something that you do at the beginning of the journey, and I fundamentally disagree. Ikigai, finding your purpose, what's your reason to get out of bed in the morning, is just as important, in some cases more in fact. Those of you that have been in business for a number of years will know that there are times where it's difficult sometimes to remember why we do what we do when we're having a tough time, or where our business is struggling, or when we're struggling. It's really important to come back to our purpose and why we're doing what we're doing. So I posted this I posted the Ikigai in the community. I posted the tool yesterday for you to download and have a look at. It's deceptively simple, but I wanted to run through it because, as I say, I think it's a really, really powerful tool, and I wanted to share that with you this morning. It's certainly something that I have used over the years and found really, really helpful. So we start with, it's made up of 4 circles, 4 concentric circles that overlap and then also meet in the middle. And I always say to people, let's start with the top one, which is what you love. In a sense, that's almost the easiest thing to start with. Like, what do you really love doing? Not necessarily, don't think about a job, but maybe think about tasks. What activities do you really love? What makes your heart sing with joy? And if you think about then pairing that or comparing that with what you're good at. So what are you really good at? What have other people told you that you're good at? What do you know by comparing yourself with others that you're good at? Maybe this is what you've spent time developing, a skill or a talent that you've got. What are you really good at doing? What do other people come and ask you about or ask you to help them with? And if you look at those 2 circles, so what you're good at then is this one here on the left and what you love at the top. If you look at where those 2 overlap, you find what your passion is. So something that you love and something that you're good at tends to be what we're really passionate about. And that's a really, really important place to start. But the Japanese concept of Ikigai, finding your purpose, it has to be more than that. And so if you look over then on the right hand side here, there's this concept of what the world needs. And the way that I think about that is, when you look out in the world, what is it that you feel really compelled to get involved in? What's the problem that you really want to solve? What does the world need from you? What is that gift, that passion that you have that the world really needs you to get involved in? As I say, what problems? We all get drawn to different, there are many issues in the world, and we all get drawn to different issues in the world. So which one really kind of pulls you? And if you look at what you love and what the world needs from you, that's really what's called your mission in life. What do you feel like you're on a mission to solve or to achieve or to share? What's that thing that really, really drives you? And then the 4th circle, which is this one down at the bottom, which is important for most of us that need to make a living, and that's what can you get paid for? And it's important to think about that, because there are some things that people get really, really passionate about, but there isn't any money in it. And so Ikigai is actually really practical in terms of balancing these things out. You do need to get paid for what you're going to do. Otherwise, it's not really your life's purpose, unless you have an alternative source of funds. You need to think about whether money comes into this and how you can get paid to do what you're going to do, or what you do. So if you think about what you're good at overlapping with what you can get paid to do, that is your profession. So that is your job. That's probably what you are doing or you have been doing, but that's not necessarily your Ikigai. If you look at what you can get paid for and what the world needs from you, then that is likely to be your vocation. And when you put all of those 4 together, what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs from you, and what you can get paid for, you get this concept of Ikigai. And this is your reason for being, your reason to get up in the morning. I would encourage any of you that haven't already done this or haven't done it for a while, I would definitely encourage you to have a look at this again. This time of year is a perfect time to be reflecting on why we do what we do and what really moves us in this life to get involved in. So Tim is asking, do you have a download sheet for the Ikigai circles? Yes, Tim, I posted it in this group yesterday. See if you can find it. I'll tag you after I've done this, just so you can find it. But I posted it yesterday in the group, so it's on a download, and you can print it off like I have here and start filling it out. So in terms of this tool, my advice in terms of using it, because a lot of people really struggle with, how do I really connect to what I'm passionate with, and how do I know how to put these things together? So I've come up with some tips that I have found useful and that I share with my clients around this. So the first thing is, find something that you really care about. What is it that you're passionate about? Forget about work for a moment. What do you really care about? That is definitely tip number 1. Tip number 2 is stop thinking about it and start doing. So as I say, this time of year is an amazing time for reflection, but also then when we come into the new year, I will definitely be encouraging you to take action, try some things, get involved. We can all spend a lot of time in our heads trying to think things through, doing the right thing. Get started, take action. What is it that you really feel compelled to do? Because you'll only know if you start trying things. Number 3, speak to people who are passionate about what you're passionate about or similar things. Start thinking about collaboration. Start thinking about hanging out with people that share the same interests as you. That will spark your ideas, your motivation, that will keep you on track. So I would definitely encourage you to seek out people who are passionate about similar or the same thing as you are. Maybe there are some of those already in this community, which is growing. Every week we get new people joining, which is amazing. So reach out and connect with people in this community or beyond. Maybe there are other people here that are passionate about what you're passionate about. And my 4th and final tip is accept the setbacks. Accept that this is a journey. You may or may not like that word, but the entrepreneurial life, it is a journey. It's a journey of ups and downs, and it's a journey of learning. We succeed, we fail, but it isn't really failure, it's learning. And so there will be setbacks along the way. And the important thing is to keep going, is to keep taking action, is to keep focusing on what you're trying to do. What are your goals? What does success really look like for you? What are you trying to achieve here? And accepting that there will be setbacks along the way. That's one of the reasons why I created this community, because there are people in here that will have experienced the same or similar things to you. It's easy sometimes to feel like we're alone, but there will be setbacks along the journey, and we're here to support you, whether you're having a good day or whether you're having a bad day. So the road towards our purpose and achieving our goals is not always smooth, but that is actually what makes it amazing. We learn often more from our setbacks than we do from our successes. So we need both in this wonderful entrepreneurial journey. So this is what I wanted to share with you about Ikigai. I think it's a great time of year, as I say, as we move into this time of celebration but also reflection at the end of the year. So I'd like to wish you an amazing Christmas and festive season, whatever you're doing over the next week, whether you're spending the time with family and friends or whether you're having some quiet time on your own. I really wish you the very best week. Really enjoy this time. Please make sure that you take some time for you, whether or not you're having quiet reflection or whether you're with friends or family. Take a bit of time for you, recharge those batteries. Next year is going to be a hell of a year. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend and have a great week next week. Merry Christmas. Bye.